What if Israel's next survival move isn't in Gaza or Lebanon, but on the unrecognized shores of Somaliland? A place the world pretends doesn't exist could soon decide who controls the Red Sea, where the Horn of Africa's biggest secrets come to light. Tonight, we uncover a quiet alliance forming in the shadows of a global shipping crisis, an unexpected partnership between Israel and Somaliland that could redraw Middle Eastern and African geopolitics forever. As missiles fall over the Bab el-Mandeb and Israel's only Red Sea port suffocates, a bold new strategy is emerging. And it doesn't begin in Washington, Riyadh, or Tel Aviv. It begins in Hargeisa. This is Israel and Somaliland, the unexpected alliance. What was once a busy corridor linking Asia to Europe is now a battlefield. But amid this regional suffocation, a bold, unexpected idea is emerging. Not from Washington, Riyadh, or Cairo, but from the dusty, unrecognized shores of Somaliland. A quiet strategic pact, whispered more than announced, is taking shape, and if it succeeds, it could tilt the entire Red Sea chessboard. This is the Red Strategy, the Strait of Fire, a lot slow death. Ships that once crossed it daily now avoid it entirely, rerouting around the Cape of Good Hope. A journey of days becomes a journey of weeks. Costs explode. Nowhere is the damage worse than in Israel a lot. The country's only Red Sea port is barely functioning. Shipping traffic has dropped by more than 85%. Workers are leaving. Reports say the port is close to bankruptcy. For Israel, this is not an inconvenience. It's a strategic nightmare facing the reality that naval patrols alone cannot secure the corridor. Israel needs a forward position, a vantage point close enough to monitor Houthi activity, yet secure enough to base operations across the Gulf of Aden. Directly opposite the threat sits a land most of the world doesn't officially acknowledge: Somaliland. Somaliland, the unrecognized game-changer. Since 1991, Somaliland has operated as a stable, democratic state, but without international recognition. And unlike Somalia, where instability and foreign influence run deep, Somaliland is pro-West and eager for global legitimacy. To Israeli defense planners, this is not just a partner, it is an opportunity. An assessment from Israel's Institute for National Security Studies, INSS, lays out what Somaliland can offer. One, a forward intelligence hub, radar SIGINT stations, and monitoring platforms that can detect Houthi drones and missiles before they reach shipping lanes. Point 2. A secure logistics and support base, a staging ground for allies working to contain Iranian proxies in Yemen. Point 3. A launch pad for precision strikes. The ability to disrupt Houthi maritime attacks, not defensively at sea, but offensively from the Horn of Africa's northern coast. In short, Somaliland gives Israel a strategic depth it has never had in the Red Sea, and Somaliland knows what it wants in return. Recognition, the secret blueprint, the Azerbaijan model. To understand the strategy, look at Israel's relationship with Azerbaijan, a powerful but quiet alliance on Iran's northern border. It involves oil, intelligence, drones, and access all below the diplomatic radar. The INSS report suggests applying the same formula to Somaliland. Technology for access, in exchange for airfields, port facilities, and intelligence cooperation. Recognizing the Somaliland passport, a symbolic but powerful step, signaling functional recognition without formal acknowledgement, and underpinning it all, a reliable Muslim-majority partner that is not aligned with Iran, Turkey, or extremist movements. Somaliland wants legitimacy, Israel wants a foothold. Risks and rewards. If executed, the Red Strategy shifts power in the Horn of Africa. For Somaliland, it becomes indispensable not just to Israel, but to the US, EU, and Gulf states that depend on the Red Sea corridor.
Recognition becomes less of a political question and more of a security necessity. But the risks are enormous. Somalia's backlash. The federal government of Somalia, backed by Turkey and Qatar, would see this as a hostile act. It could escalate tensions, complicating regional peacekeeping missions. Arab League reaction. Egypt and Saudi Arabia, sensitive to regional fragmentation, would pressure Israel to back off Iran and Turkey's countermove. Both would interpret an Israeli presence in Somaliland as a direct threat. Proxy warfare, political disruption, or cyber attacks could intensify. For these reasons, analysts recommend a slow, subtle rollout. Intelligence cooperation first, diplomatic steps later, until a major Western power is ready to support recognition openly. Conclusion: a new security architecture is emerging. What we're witnessing is not a traditional alliance. It is the creation of a shadow partnership born from crisis, shaped by geography and powered by mutual survival. The Houthis changed the map of the Red Sea. Israel and Somaliland may now change the response. If the Red strategy moves ahead, even quietly, it would mark the most significant geopolitical shift in the Horn of Africa in decades. A forgotten, unrecognized nation could become a cornerstone of regional security, and Israel could gain the forward base it desperately needs to break the maritime chokehold. The shadow war is entering a new phase, and the next decisive front may not be in Yemen, but across the water in Somaliland.